Human eye and color world. Let us start discussion of human. In the diagram of normal eye, it has various parts. Outermost is here smooth cornea, then pupil, iris, lens, retina, macula, and optic nerve. Let us come to a discussion of each part in detail. Cornea, the outermost transparent part of the eye that allows the light to enter in the eye is known as cornea. Iris, it is a circular dark diaphragm. Diaphragm is just like we are using diaphragm in camera. That is, controlled amount of light is entered through the diaphragm, having a hole at its center called pupil. Pupil हिंदी में बोलते हैं पुतली. Pupil controls the regulate the light entering in the eye. Next is lens. It is a crystalline double convex lens that is made of transparent material and flexible tissues. Ciliary muscles are important, and ciliary muscles control the focal length of the eyelid. That is, eyelid is hanging between the ciliary muscles. They extend and contract, change the focal length, change the power of eyelid. When the muscles contract, then the lens becomes thick. A thick lens is having more power, less focal length, because power and focal length both are reciprocal to each other. Next, let us come to retina. It acts as a light-sensitive screen on which image is formed. A number of cells in the form of rods and cones convert light energy into electrical signal. Number of rods and cones are present in the retina, and this decides that an eye is able to see in day or night. Optic nerve, it is formed by nerve fibers coming from retina, and it carries electrical signals to the brain. The brain finally interprets the signal, and then exact position or image sensation is done by brain finally. Advantages of two eyes in place of one eye. Two eyes give the wider field of view. Two eyes enable to judge distance more accurately in comparison to one eye. Here is a diagram of eye. At the front there is cornea. Behind it there is iris. Iris of blue color or green color is found in some people living in Europe, and these are Englishmen having their blue eye or green eye due to the color of iris. Pupil is the region through which light enters in the eye, and then aqueous humor is filled to support the empty space, that is, a liquid is filled up here. For the supporting of eye, then there is crystalline lens hanging between ciliary muscles. Ciliary muscles extend and contract. When the ciliary muscles contract, then the length of lens increases, lens becomes thin, focal length becomes more, power becomes less. In opposite to it, when the ciliary muscles expand, then lens becomes thick, power becomes more, focal length becomes less, and change in focal length is controlled by ciliary muscles. In the old age, ciliary muscles become weak, due to which there is a problem to observe the nearby object or object by human eye. After 50 years, there is a problem generally noted in the humans when they are using exercise. Reason is weakness in the ciliary muscles. Retina is a screen, light sensitive screen. Then there is blind spot on which there is no light. And finally, the optic nerve takes the signal from retina in the form of electrical signals and transferred to the brain. Vitreous is formed here to give the support. It is a transparent material, and here is no vacant space found inside. When there is choroid, it is also the outer layer of the eye to give support. Accommodation of eye definition: the ability of eye to focus object lying at different distances. Maybe object may be closer or object may be far away from the eye, but I can change the focal length itself, and that is known as accommodation of eye. How does an eye focus objects at very different? In short, it is adjustment of focal length and the power also of the eye lens which enables us to focus on objects situated at different distances. If object is nearby, eye lens becomes thick, power becomes more, focal length becomes less, and object is visible. If the object is far away, say we are observing a star, the focal length becomes more, lens becomes thin, power becomes less, and eye is able to observe the far object, say a star, at a longer distance of eye. The focus on distant object. Salary muscles relax, making the eye thin. Eyeless thin as a result of which overlap increases the distance of movement. Similarly, for nearby objects, blending a good contact, making the eyeless thick, power increases, overlap decreases, as a result of which objects nearby are observed by here. Thin lens and thick lens both are shown in the figure 1 diagram. First, to focus on distant object, lens becomes thin, power becomes less, focal length becomes more. I can observe, say, stars very far away from eye. Diagram 2, to focus nearby object, object is placed very close, when lens becomes thin, thick in place of thin, and thick lens, power becomes more, focal length becomes less, and it bends the rays more toward the principal axis. Therefore, image is formed near at the retina exactly. Far point. The far point of healthy human eye is at here. Near point is at least distance of distinction, at which I can observe the object closest to it. The definition is just like it. The farthest point from the eye at which object can be seen clearly known as far point. That is at infinity. Stars are at infinite distance. That is a far point. Near point, the nearest point up to which I can see an object clearly without any stain is called near point. It is found at 25 centimeters for the healthy human eye, and this is least distance of distinct vision also. That is considered the least distance. The minimum distance between eye and object for which normal eye can see the object without any stain. Stainless tanav is called least distance of distinction. The power of accommodation of eye for normal eye is 4 diopter. Power is reciprocal of focal length, and reciprocal of focal length is meter. Therefore, 1/25, if you are converting it to meters, then it is 4 diopter. Myopia or short-sightedness is a defect of eye in the vision due to which person can see nearby objects clearly, but person cannot see far objects. Far point of the suffering eye is less than infinity, means it is not at the start, it is not at the final distance. Far point of myopic eye comes closer to the eye. Causes: number one, eyeball becomes long, radius increases, diameter increases, and number two, high converging power of lens due to jammy vision, and if power increases, focal length decreases because focal length is reciprocal of power of lens. Diagram shows here. First diagram, far point of myopic eye. It is not at infinity. It is coming closer to the eye at O point, and the image is formed at the retina. If object is placed at infinity, say we are observing dark or far object, then rays are coming parallel to each other, and image is not formed at the retina. It is formed before retina. Therefore, there is a problem to observe the object. Objects are not clear. To remove this defect or correction of the defect, a diverging lens, that is concave lens, is required that diverges the rays in eye direction, and this eye lens then converts the rays and finally come to the retina. In this way, this eye lens makes virtual image of the object at point O, although object is placed at infinite distance. This virtual object at point O behaves like a real object of the eye lens, and finally image is formed by retina. Myopic eye. Here the diagram shows rays are coming, and how are they focused by using concave and another eye lens, that is convex lens. Hypermetropia. This is for sightedness or another defect of eye, that is hypermetropia. Definition: the defect of vision due to which person can see distant objects. Stars are visible distant objects clearly, but the person cannot see nearby objects. Means in the old age we have seen that our grandfather, grandmother, they are reading newspapers, but they are using specs. Without specs, they are unable to read newspaper. Therefore, this defect is generally found in the old age after 50 years. The near point of suffering eye is more than 25 centimeters. That is, if in the case of defected eye, the near point shifts to 1 far distance. In place of 45 centimeters, it will be 75 centimeters, 80 centimeters, or more than this. When defect arises, eyeball becomes short and low converging power, that is more focal. These two causes are just opposites of myopia. Diagram of far-sightedness. Near point at 25 centimeters from eye, and in the diagram 1, it is making the correct image. In the next diagram, near point is for hypermetropic eye, and here the image is formed behind the retina, outside the eye, that is not visible clearly. Now with third diagram, correction of hypermetropic eye. In this case, by using a converging lens on the lens, the rays are bent toward full focus. As a result of it, they are making the image finally correct. Hypermetropic eye, the light rays are shown here, and lens is also used. That is, the converging of convex lens is used for correcting or for the myopia is a defect which contains both myopia and hypermetropia. In the diagram 1, the person suffering from myopia. In the diagram 2, person suffering from hypermetropia. This is the question. Far point of myopic eye is 80 cm in front of eye. Means far point is not at infinity. Object is placed at infinity. Stars are at infinity. Therefore, object distance u is equal to infinite, but image is formed at 80 cm. Otherwise, I then object. Therefore, v is distance of object or length should be at 80 cm. What is the power of nature of length? Then using the formula for length, that is 1 upon v minus 1 upon v is equal to 1f, and object distance u is equal to infinite, image distance minus 80. According to sign convention, focal length is calculated, that is minus 80 cm. Power is reciprocal of focal length, that is 100 upon 80. If centimeter is given, then formula is E is equal to 100 upon 8 focal length, that is 100 upon 80, that is coming minus 1.25 diopter. Minus sign gives the symbol significance for concave length. Focal length of concave length is always negative. Therefore, this ensures that negative sign is for concave length. Another question for hypermetropic eye. Hypermetropic eye, near point is 1 meter. In the healthy eye without effect, it is at 45 cm. Therefore, object is placed at 45 cm. U is equal to minus 25, but required image at 1 meter. U is equal to 1 meter. Find the power. Therefore, we use here length formula 1 upon v minus 1 upon v plus 1 upon f, and find the focal length. Then power is equal to 1 upon focal length in meter or 100 upon focal length in centimeter. It is coming plus 3 diopter. Diopter is the unit of power when focal length is considered in meter. Plus sign gives the symbol. Indicates here convex lens that is used for the hypermetropic eye. Present myopia in the old age, eye loses its power of communication due to weakness in ciliary muscle, and this defect of vision is due to the which old person cannot see object far away as well as object nearby. These both defects are arising in the single eye, and this is due to loss of power of accommodation of eye. We are observing here by specs having upper portion concave lens for distant object observation. That is when we are observing a star, then we are using concave lens in the upper part of the spec. And if we are reading the book nearby, that is used by the old person. After 50 years, they are reading the newspaper and such things. Then they are using convex lens, that is converging lens, used in the person suffering from myopic eye as well as hypermetropic eye. Again, there is a diagram for it, for the far object, upper portion, and for the near object, lower portion of the lens. And this is known as a bifocal lens. Progressive lens is also available nowadays. Cataract. This is another defect in which eye lens becomes dirty, or we can say due to the damaging or due to any reason of ciliary muscle damaging. The ciliary muscles become eyeless cloudy and it is not transparent. Therefore, blurred image is observed. We can observe here White color is in the eye that gives a blood image, and this is known as cataract. In Hindi it is सफेद मोतिया. We are removing it by cleaning the lens only in the surgical option. Cataract can be corrected by any type of specific lens, which is not possible without surgery. It cannot be corrected by using any lens. A new artificial lens is inserted in place of an opaque lens by surgical operation. This lens is cleaned in the surgical operation to correct eye vision. Thank you. Here is the paper shows varied letters. These are available inside the doctor's coat for testing the vision 6x6, 6x12 or any other. And they are used